of America, with your hosts, Michael and Jacob.
Happy Monday. What a way to start the show. Muted like a professional. How are we doing? Happy Monday, everybody. Hope you're living well. Hope you're doing better than the way I started the show. But nonetheless, we are here on a Monday. How are we living? Are we going through Ainge ball withdrawals yet? I'm personally going through a little bit of Ainge ball withdrawals. I miss them. I miss seeing the gaffer there on the touchline. I miss seeing the boys running wild. I'm watching these international matches, and it's just doesn't compare to the way that Ainge makes me feel during those 90 minutes. But how are we doing? Big ups to everybody tapping in. Sorry the show's a little later than usual. Mondays can be Mondays, you know what I mean? But either way, I hope you're living well. I, again, today, too blessed to be stressed. Admittedly so. But I hope you're living well. I hope everybody who's watching this, whether you're live or watching this on playback, I hope you are feeling the way I feel, which is a lot of blessings. A lot of blessings. Obviously, there was some stuff that came out today regarding Perišić. And then I saw a couple tweets that made me think about some things about Brennan Johnson. Is Brennan Johnson the guy? Can he come in and make an immediate impact? Do you think he's going to start immediately? These are the questions I have. Obviously, that's not the question of the day. The question of the day in the poll, if Perišić left, how would you feel about our current winger options? 58% says, hope he stays to be a veteran leader. Well, we do know we'll have him this season. Whether he leaves in January remains to be seen, but obviously the door has been opened. Now, if he's wearing clothes on the other side of that door, I don't know. Or maybe Hayduk is coming in and they just want to go ahead and get that thing done. But I will talk about that. We'll talk about Brennan Johnson. We'll talk about our winger options going forward. Obviously, I don't want to dwell too much on the things that have upsetted me about the lack of depth there at the winger position. But you know what? Brennan Johnson remains to be seen. I was watching that Wales match. I did a watch along for Wales versus South Korea. That was a fun time. It was a fun time. Anyone who was tuned in there, big up yourself right now. But let me see what's crack-a-lacking in the chat. I see a few comments checking in. So let me lower this music down just a little bit so you're not just hearing the ring, you know. But I hope you're doing good. Before I jump into any of that, let me just say thank you to all the Patreon members. Big up yourself. Let me say thank you to all the YouTube chat members. Big up yourself. You got little things next to your name, and that's pretty fun, in my opinion. But also, I want to say big up to everybody who's been supporting the channel. Coming by, hitting the like, watching, not watching, but maybe hitting the like, subscribing. There was a few subscribers overnight, so thank you to the new, I think it was about 6 people subscribed overnight. Got us to that illustrious where are we at? 2,400, I believe it was. 2,410. So that's pretty special. Now it's 2.41, not just 2.4. We hit 2.4 during the show. So big ups to everybody who is hitting that like, subscribing. It does go a long way. It's absolutely free. Costs you zero nada to do. And also I got that poll there. The poll, I will never ask you, have you hit the like, have you subscribed, etc. I'm not going to ask you that. I'm going to ask you, how do you feel about something? I'm going to ask you, how do you think about something? So yeah, 60% says they hope that Perišić will stay and be that veteran leader. We got another 30% that says Brennan Johnson and company is the truth. Maybe that is the truth. Maybe that's the answer to the questions that we all have. But, you know, I think Sonny through the middle raises some more questions there for the left wing. Is it Perišić? Is it Solomon that we're thinking? I'm curious to know where everyone lands with that. I thought about making today a call-in show because I was like, maybe I just listen to people out. But then I realized with that Harry Kane stuff, I already did a whole video yesterday talking about the Harry Kane stuff, so I just don't want to talk about the Harry Kane stuff today. And I felt like if I did a call-in show today, it might still be fresh on people's minds. Hydration Nation, go ahead and pause one time for the cause. Anywho, so that's that. But big up. This is episode number 48 of the Untitled series. We are slowly approaching 50 episodes here of this daily thing that I've been doing. Well, it's not daily. It's like 5 days a week, really. But either way, I hope y'all are well. Just after 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So good morning to the Australian folks or anyone over there living in that time zone. It will be the morning for you. So hope you have your coffee. Hope you've gotten your caffeine in. And you're doing well. And good evening to those of you in the UK who are staying up late with us. It is a little bit late, just past 11 p.m. for y'all. So everyone's getting tucked in nicely to bed. Milton Nobrega gets the first place prize today. Big up, Milton. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Says good afternoon, Jacob, and everyone in the chat. Hope everyone is well. Can't wait to see Spurs play against the Blades. That is coming up this weekend. Can't come soon enough, honestly, if I'm being real honest. Ryman's son, happy Remembrance Day. Come on, you Spurs. Happy Remembrance Day indeed. Never forget, for sure. Adrian Shroka, good evening all. Good evening, Adrian Shroka. I hope you are well. Elvis G is in the house. Big up to you, Jacob. Big up to you, Elvis G. Big up to the chat. Absolutely big up to the chat. But big up to you as well, Elvis G. First YouTube chat member checking in before the show even kicked off. So big ups for the continued support. You mean a lot to this channel, and I want you to know that. Adrian says, Ainge on Talk Sport Radio with Jim Wyatt tomorrow morning. 10 a.m. to something British time. So it's 3 a.m. for me. Will not be awake for that, but I guess I'll see all the quotes when they come out tomorrow morning. I will go ahead and see all that. That'll be nice. Maybe have something to talk about tomorrow, depending on what Daddy Ainge, depending on what he says. Really sorry, but I did have to push the show back. I am so sorry. Big up Chris Peters. I did get to tune into a little bit of that Sava show. I thought it was just a watch along, turned into something different. But big up Sava and Football Heritage TV. Ravi Beakberry says, like, subscribe. Big up, Ravi. Appreciate you coming through, hitting that like for me one time for the one time. Jay says, looking forward to Brian Hill getting given a chance. He will love the Big Ainge system. How can you not? I think anyone who doesn't even like Spurs likes the way that Ainge Postecoglou's setting up. And honestly, how could you not? How could you? I mean, come on. How could you not? Big up, Jay. Appreciate you being here. Ryman's son says, has anyone been banned from this channel yet? No. I have blocked a few like fake troll accounts, but they're not like banned or anything. I'm sure they can come back. They just get timed out. But no one's been banned here. I don't ban people unless they're like racist or something, or say nasty things about people. Donovan says, damn, I was just getting to like Perišić. Can't really beat a man, to be fair, but he has decent delivery on both feet. That is true. He does indeedy. Big up Colin with Talking Ball says, hey, yo. Big up Talking Ball. Milton Nobrega says, how many points do you guys think we will get in the next 3 games? Realistically, I'm saying in the next 4, we'll get 12. I'm giving you another game on top of that, Milton. I'm putting a game on top of that. And I know anyone from Liverpool ain't going to like me saying this, but I think we get the win at home versus Ainge ball at home is going to be a whole different ball game that people really maybe ain't expecting. I think it's going to be beautiful, Milton. Maybe I'm getting too high and mighty. Maybe I'm wrong for thinking Ugodi is the best left back in the Premier League at this juncture, but I can only say what I feel. But Milton, I would say for the next 3 games, realistically, I'm saying 9 points. Liverpool maybe a draw, maybe a loss. I don't know. But what I will say is I do believe that we'll get. Wait, I guess the 3 games that does include Liverpool in the 3 games. So yeah, we're getting all 9. Because then after that is Luton, and I think that's another 3 points. So that's why I guess I've done the four matches. Blades, Arsenal, and then Liverpool, and then after Liverpool is Luton Town. So I'm saying 12 on the next 4 personally. I may be braggadocious by saying so. I don't know. Big up Mile High Hotspur says, big up to all the usual homies. Much love to all. Big up Leo out there in Denver, Colorado. Hope you're doing well out there in Colorado. Question, how does Brennan Johnson fit into this team club with his style of football? I would say immediate pace on the right-hand side. He's going to be flying up. I mean, as you see for Wales, he plays the striker role. So now I guess maybe he offers a little bit of assurance for Sonny. Maybe a competition for Richarlison to see who the backup number 9 truly will be. But either way, I think he gives you a lot of pace out there on whatever side you want to feature him. Maybe we do want to experiment with him on the left, or maybe we want to move, maybe put Solomon there and let Brennan Johnson take Kulusevski spot. That's all stuff I did want to talk about today. But I think the way that he would fit into this club is just bringing that attacking option and threat on the right-hand side, bringing pace to the position that we haven't had previously. Big up Zapur. What's good in the hood? What is good, Zapur? Hope you were doing well. Says, I wish the option was, I hope he stays as a sub. Well, I guess, yeah, I did kind of pigeonhole a little bit more than I tried to. Sorry about that, Zapur. I should have offered the substitution role, but I did not. I see 40 votes and 29 likes on the video. There's over 50 of y'all in the house. Shirley, but don't call me Shirley. We can get them likes up to match the amount of votes we got. Honestly, I don't have much to complain about. All of these videos and live streams I've been doing regularly, they've been getting pretty good likes to viewers ratio. It's pretty good. Really can't complain. So I appreciate all y'all who are doing that. See some more people tapping in with me. Saw y'all getting them likes up. Appreciate the 3 of y'all who have just hit a like on the video. I'm gonna drink this for y'all. Jammy. Big up, Jacob. Where's Michael? Is he buried in your backyard? I'll never tell. No, Michael's fine. He's alive and well. He's just been busy. We've been missing each other. I've been missing him. You can guarantee that. He'll be back. He'll be back real soon. He was doing some traveling. He was in Vegas. The man's like, he's living it up, bro. He's living it up. I'm the dude who's a stay-at-home dad who I can do this shit every day. He's the dude who's young in his 20s, traveling around, seeing the world. You can't box in the pigeon, man. You gotta let the pigeon fly. But big up Ryman's Son says, best opening of any Spurs channel currently out there. Appreciate the compliment, my friend. Don't know how many shows you do watch, but glad that you watch this one and you think that we have the best opening here. I do try to bring some production quality to the channel. I do try. Don't always succeed, but who does? Yosarian, good morning, Jacob and Spurs. I trust no one will mention a certain player who's left the club recently that triggers you. Peace and love and Ange we trust. Come on, you Spurs. Got a lot of things to talk about that are not beginning and ending with something that sounds like schmary schmain. We'll put it that way. But good morning, Yosarian. I hope you are well, my friend. Balpinder's in the house. Evening, Jacob. Good evening, Balpinder. Hope you are well. Glad you were on. Hey, glad you're here, man. Wouldn't do this if y'all didn't tune in, so appreciate y'all who do tune in. Milton Nobrega says, Jacob, you were late because you're not a real fan. Oh, you gotta love it when fans tell you about being fans. Big up Milton. Always here showing some love. Roll on Saturday. Tottenham under Ainge withdrawals indeed. Tottenham withdrawals for me for sure. Scott M says, big up Scott M. Is this your first chat, Scott M, or am I imagining things? I want Perišić to stay as the starter. Since we have to play Son through the middle, Perišić is the best option on the left. Interesting. This is actually something I did want to talk about with y'all, but let me go ahead and share the news. Ivan Perišić is now considering his options with his current contract set to expire at the end of the season. Hajduk Split believe they are in the front of the queue to re-sign their former academy player and could make their move as soon as the next transfer window opens in January. So he could leave in January. Apparently that's something on the books here, according to Nazar Kinsella. And I don't know how many followers they got. Let's see, 484. Wow, that's a lot. A lot. Wow. A lot of followers there. Got to believe there's some validity and truth to this. There he is. I miss that Tottenham font, by the way. I don't like our new font that we're doing, that like digital clock looking thing. I like this one personally. I like this one. Anyway, I don't want to digress, but Scott says Perišić, he wants him to stay as a starter. Let me know in the chat how you feel, and we'll get to it. Again, if you want to do like a free type super chat, just hit a Q with a dash. I'll start it. We'll bring it up at some other point, but you can do that if you want to get. But if not, I'll be running through the comments. I'll see you. I'll see what you got to say. Don't you worry about that. Interesting, because I found out yesterday. If you were here yesterday live on air, I was first learning how to say Hajduk split, and then I was looking through Perisic's career, and I didn't actually see Hajduk split. I keep saying hi. I think it's Hajduk split. I keep seeing people in the chat. I didn't see him on his resume, so to speak. So then in the chat, I had some people who were more privy to the knowledge. And they were informing me that, in fact, he was their academy thing. He was their academy product. And then this tweet now confirms that as well. So, I don't know. If he goes in January, are we all right? We think we got to, obviously we should bring someone in, you know, one out, bring one in. But let's see. I'm going to keep rolling through the chat. But we know what Scott has to say here. Once Perišić on the left to start. Jay says, would not miss him personally. He's too old, okay for a cameo, but past his sell date for me. So maybe that milk in the fridge that wasn't quite good or quite spoiled, and it wasn't quite stinky, but it had a little hint of something. It was beginning to curdle maybe, and you tried it out anyway because, damn it, I needed some cornflakes. Big up Chris Peters, 2.41 subs. Big up Jake. Big up Chris Peters. Appreciate you being here. Joe Hong in the house. Joe Hong. Big up Joe. Big up y'all. I love that little dog. What a cute little dog in the photo. Zapur, the thing next to my name is definitely super cool thing to have that only super cool people do have. Super cool. Well, there you go. If I need a selling pitch for the membership, there you go. You've got one. Zapur enjoys it. YouTube's in the house. Big up. Says, cheers, Jacob. You missed my rant yesterday, YouTube's. It was nothing against Bayern. It was more against your current number 9. But that's neither here nor there. We're not going to talk about it. We are not going to talk about it. Dundada Diamond in the house. Big up Dundada. Says, like, share, subscribe. Support your quality content. Support your quality channel as you continue to get brilliant content on a consistent basis. Big up Dundada coming here showing some love. Big up Talking Ball. Big up Talking Ball. I'm on lunch, having a rough day. Good to see you, friend. Good to see you as well, man. Enjoy your lunch. Don't eat too fast. We're always here. Unbelievable timing for the stream. Just got done watching the Warriors for probably the 700th time. But let's go. Hope you and everyone else are good. Big up, Cal. Appreciate you being here. Another YouTube chat member checking in. You watched the Warriors for the 700th time. That's probably that. I might need to check that one out. YouTubes, we loved Perišić and Bayern before. He was the loan that we wanted to keep over Coutinho and James Rodriguez. Yeah, I mean that was around the time when he was like fantastic. He was world class, some might say, in that time when he was with Bayern and then with Inter as well. So he's just old now. I think he's beyond it. I mean, we're signing kids. Let's keep bringing the kids through. That's my opinion. Cal says, would be so fitting if he's the one to break this Liverpool curse, given he supported them growing up. Ooh, interesting. Could he come in and have the game-winning assist or the goal? I don't know. I heard Perišić was supposed to be this ambidextrous or whatever it is when you're with both feet. I heard he was supposed to be able to finish with the right and the left. I haven't really seen him finish at all. I think he's scored a goal or two, maybe 2. I think I can't remember. Big up Ben Kaufman. I need some immaculate vibes. We will keep it immaculate as long as we don't talk about the unmentionable. Hotspur Hippies in the house. Big up Jacob. The Ainge drought is nearly over. I'm suffering heavy. I need me some Ainge ball, man. Come on, give me just a little bit of that Ainge ball. Boxing Kangaroo, yo Jacob, loving your work, bro. Keep spreading the sunshine amongst Spurs YouTubers and fans. I love the promotion of freedom of expression and just staying chilled. Hey, all I can do is try. Wasn't so chilled yesterday. I did get a little worked up thinking about all the nasty things Harry Kane had to say about Tottenham Hotspur, but that's naturally going to happen. Jake Kismet, always press the likes on entry, people. Big up. Always hitting that likes. Love being on the show yesterday. Yep, had Kuva, Ben, and Paul. We were all kicking it. It was a good time. Gio Ray, big up everyone. Ainge Ball this weekend. Come on, talk to me nicely, Gio. It can't come soon enough. I'm struggling out here. Perišić is almost the super sub. He can change a game. This is kind of what I said in the offseason, that we had one more year on him. Some people were saying he doesn't want to be here. Conte was gone. He was linked with going back to Inter, and then he was linked with Hajduk Split again, going back to Croatia. So like everyone questioned his motives, etc. But I always thought at the end of the day, the guy could probably offer you something in 10, 15 minutes of a match, if not at least a couple decent serves into the box. Surely, but don't call me Shirley, he could amount that much, and it should be worth. I mean, we got to try and squeeze as much juice out the lemon, right? We're paying expensive dollar for it, or euro, or pound. I hate currency exchanges, man. I hate it. Phil Coys, I still think Perišić has a lot to offer as a left winger. Big up, Jacob. Big up, Phil. Hope you're doing well. Part of that Romero army. Big up, my friend. That's why I don't think in a starting role. Me personally, I don't think in a starting role. I'm curious. Anyone out there who? Oh, Ben, of course. I'm curious. Anyone out there who thinks that he should start? Let me know, or thinks that he should ride the bench. Phil, I want to know. You said he has a lot to offer. Do you think he has a lot to offer in a starting role, or does he have a lot to offer as a substitute on the bench? That's the major question here now. Let's see here. Ben, I want to say massive thank you to you and Michael for giving me a platform to be able to grow my own channel and become a YouTube partner. Something I never dreamed of. Thanks, homie. Hey, man. Big up. All I did was hang out with you on stream, man. That's all we did. I don't see nothing as supporting good people, and that's all I'll ever do here on the platform. I'll only promote good people. So, Ben, always happy to promote you, my friend. Harry Puss in the house. I don't like Perišić as a starter. He's a good option to change a game, though. So there it is. Maybe I should have done the poll about Perišić. Maybe I should have done the poll about Perišić to see what y'all think, if he should be a starter or not. But that's a question I'm asking right now, so we'll see. Woodsy TV, YouTube chat member, how long have you been following Spurs? As an Englishman who has gotten to the NFL the last couple of years, slowly picking it up, I supported the Chiefs as I need one sports team who are winners. They have been winning recently to Patrick Mahomes, but they did lose opening day to the Detroit Lions of all teams, which are some weird quotes coming out there. I've been following Spurs since at the end of Pochettino, last couple seasons there. So that's how long. I don't know how many years it is now, because if I count, I'm gonna feel old. But big up Woodsy TV. My team in the NFL is the Cowboys. We put that stomping on them New York Giants. Put the stomping on them last night, 40-0. Whoop their ass. Milton, Jacob, besides Spurs, do you have a soft spot for another Premier League team? It was Leeds, and then it was also Wolves because of Adama Traore, and then also a little bit Newcastle because of Alan Saint-Maximin. But both of those players have moved on to different clubs. So maybe I'll say Fulham because they have Adama. I'll be tuning into what they're doing. No, in all seriousness, it was Leeds, just because I saw a great little documentary about him. Russell Crowe was a narrator, was actually like a really good one. So, RIP to the folk who passed away 22 years ago on that crazy day. Big up Jake Kismet. Yeah, definitely a crazy day. I was a little kid when it happened. I was a little kid, and they didn't even say nothing. I'm getting the Wi-Fi signal thing going on. Hopefully the program's still going, but I'm getting a bad internet signal. Maybe I need to stop sharing this. Maybe that's what I need to do. I don't know what's going on with my internet right now, folks. The Rude Boy sound. Big up. Good to see you here again, my friend. Says Jacob Ivan. He is one that does not need a 1-for-1 replacement. With Brian Hill coming back, with Johnson and Richie can all play there. Solomon has the shirt for now. So Rude Boy's giving the start to Solomon, and then letting Brian Hill, Richie, and Johnson battle it out for that left side. So Rude Boy, you see Brennan Johnson playing on the left. That's my follow-up question for you, my friend. Chris Peters in the house. I'd like Perišić to stay, as he looks good when he comes on. Great impact player. I mean, guy was world class at one point. He just got old. So he's got quality for sure. How do we feel about the Richarlison tiers? Okay, I just checked. The stream's still working. It's just giving me that damn, I hate it, man. That Wi-Fi signal. Anyone who's done a stream on StreamYard, if you've ever had a Wi-Fi issue, it like pops up there on the duration of the video, and it's very distracting because I'm like, is my shit even working? Can people even hear me? What the hell's going on here? Ryman son, how do we feel about the Richarlison tears? As a human, it's sad to see. From a human to human, it is a sad sight to see when a man feels so bad in what he's doing. I will say that. It's bad to see on a personal level. I'm sure Richarlison's a great guy. I'm sure anyone who's his friend doesn't like to see this. So on that level, it sucks. I feel bad for him. But on another level, the ruthless Spurs business side, I would say, get your shit together, my man. Grow up, be a man. We all go through hard shit. Missing a couple goals and you're crying. I know 10 dudes who've gone through way worse shit. And how old is he? 25, 24, 26, somewhere around there? I knew a lot of dudes who had it way worse before they were 20 years old than Richarlison. So crying on the bench at the end of the day about missing a goal for Brazil, boo-hoo, dry your tears with the money, so to speak, is how I would say. If your biggest problem in life is what Richarlison's going through, then your life ain't too bad, in my opinion. So I guess, that's how I feel about it. Both sides of the coin there for you, Ryman. We need Perisic's professionalism and experience for the young players in the team. I was really hoping that, he's going to be gone by the time that kid that we just signed, Luca, but by the time he gets here, that guy will be gone. So, Jazz Fusion says, Guy wants to leave once Hill is medically cleared. You have coverage. But is Brian Hill anywhere close to the, can he give us what Perisic can give us? That's my next question. Because if Hill's going to be that replacement for this guy in the long run, and this is why we don't need a like for like to bring in January if he should go to Hajduk, I don't know. Remains to be seen. But look, a lot of fans have been under the notion here that Brian Hill, once he comes back, he's going to be able to offer us something that he can thrive in this Ange Postecoglou system. I've been a guy who's been heavily suggesting the fact that I just don't think he's made for this league. I think he likes to play in the nice Spain weather where it's sunny and nice and, everyone's a little more gentle with you and you can get pushed around but not too hard because then it'll be a foul. Whereas in the Premier League, they let a little shoulder to shoulder go. They let some of that rough house happen. And it's a bigger, faster, more physical league, in my opinion, than the Liga. So anytime I've seen Brian Hill do well, it's in La Liga. So my only thing is, I just haven't seen him do it. People I've heard referred to his Crystal Palace game as a match in which they say, oh, he can do this, he can do that. I don't know. I just don't know. But, hey, again, I've always said this same thing about Richarlison, same thing about Kulusevski. I don't like to take a player, especially someone like Brian Hill, who is young, who does have there is a spark of something in there. I don't know if we can get it out. I don't know if it's going to manifest into something. A lot of players have that little spark. Michaela Mudryk got signed for $100 million. He had a little bit of that spark, but look what we've seen. So I'm saying this just to I want him to prove me wrong. I was more emotionally hard about it because, look, at the end of the day, when I think about the Brian Hill deal, there's a photo I have saved for this very reason, because I think about this. I think about the trade offer, the mastermind business move of sending Lamella Brian Hill, and I never changed it to a UEL trophy. But we give him 25 and Lamella and loan Brian Hill back to him. So it's just like the business to me hasn't made sense. But the business side, admittedly, the business side is not Brian Hill's fault. So again, I'm not blaming him for the business. I'm not blaming him in the fact that we could have got Adama Traore for that 25 and kept a player that we could have used to sell. But for me, it just remains to be seen. I don't like to put players in boxes. I've said that here on the channel for multiple players like Richarlison, Kulusevski, etc. I just hope that he can really prove me wrong and make me look dumb, because I've challenged the fact that I don't think he wants to be here. I don't think he wants to fight in the England rain, in the cold, and really battle it out for Tottenham Hotspur. I just don't feel that. After he won the trophy with Sevilla last year, he's going commenting on people in his Instagram who are saying, please stay in Spain. We want you to stay in Spain. And he's replying with the emojis, all these emojis, orgasm emoji. But Where's that for Spurs? And like, I'm a little bit like, come on, man. Let me see it for Tottenham before I really root and rave about the guy. But again, young guy, don't want to box him in. Hope he proves me wrong. Hope I get mudded about Brian Hill because he can play in the Ainge system. I just don't know if he can in this league. You may be able to in the Ainge system, but it doesn't mean in this league that you can. That's just me. YouTube's, I agree with your rant. That was uncalled for what he said. He should have just shut his trap, focus on right now. He doesn't know his Bayern isn't as stable as he thinks it is. Hey, let him think. Let him keep thinking. I'm not going to talk about him. But big up YouTube's. Ben says, I'm happy with Perišić being a sub. Milton Nobrega says, what do you prefer, Dyer to leave the club or see Gio smile, showing teeth as well? Dyer to leave the club every single time. My bad, mate. Meant Ainge supported Liverpool. Couldn't have made that clear on my part. Oh, that Ainge. Oh, I didn't know this. Oh, he better. I mean, that'd be a lot of pride. I know he said that he had a lot of friends who were Man United fans, so he enjoyed when he stomped up on United 2-0. I hope we get that same thing with all his little Liverpool friends that he would celebrate Liverpool shit with. I hope they all get mudded when we play Liverpool in a couple weeks' time. Hotspur Hippie says Perišić has done 2 90-minute matches for the 6th ranked country in the world. Still quality. Good luck to him. So Hotspur Hippie's under the impression that he's still got good. No, I agree. Don't want him gone just yet. I think he at least gives you depth, or not depth, but he gives you some body, a warm body who's been there, a veteran presence, so to speak. Phil Coy says, coming off the bench, Jacob, maybe not to grab a goal, but to grab some important assists. And that's exactly where I see it as well. I don't see him getting on the score sheet late in the match. I could see him maybe doing a couple things on the left. I mean, we saw some cheeky veteranship from him this season where, who was it? I think it was, I can't remember what player it was. Max Aarons, I want to say it was. They had a little tussle on the sideline, and his veteran savvy was really the reason he didn't even get a card. VAR even reviewed it, but he didn't even get a card because I think his veteran savvy, he knew what he was doing there. So he adds a lot of things that aren't necessarily goals and assists, but from a veteran standpoint, I think he would still offer at least. How are we doing in the poll? 59 votes. 59 votes, and 49% says hope he stays to be a veteran leader. All right, there we go. Hope he stays to be a veteran leader indeed. Your Croatian correspondent said Hajduk. Yeah, and I was saying hey Duke, so I was fucking it up big time. Michael just texted me. Sorry, I had to text Michael back. Big up Cal says, hearing it again, come on man, beg that comes out soonish. Wait, hearing... Oh, you're talking to someone there. My bad. Ren says Leeds for me too. Yeah, I like Leeds. Why not? Why not Leeds? I like the rambunctiousness. Ellen Road is a vibe, and I can kind of get down with it. Honestly, I like it. A little rambunctious. Chicago Bears lost yesterday. Yeah, anytime they play Green Bay, they're gonna lose, my friend. Ren says they had heaps of Aussies back in our golden era. Oh, Leeds had a bunch of Australians back in the goal. Interesting. Interesting indeed. Program's still going. Don't know what that means. Jacob, you were spot on with the Kane rant. Great teams are a collective of hard-working good players under hard-working good coaches. Not singular performing, self-indulgent, look at me twats. Kane is guilty, says the boxing kangaroo. It's interesting. I mean, again, what he said was correct. He didn't like go out there and start lying necessarily. It's just like uncalled for. Absolutely uncalled for. Especially when you break it down and you look at, hey man, you were part of that. You were vice captain behind Hugo Lloris. You could have affected the mind. I'm not going to talk about Kane. Why? What am I doing here? I said I wasn't going to talk about Kane, but you boxing kangaroo, you sucking me in. I don't want to talk about Kane. The viewers are going up as soon as I started talking about Kane too. Make sure you hit that like on your way in, everyone who's tapping in. Or don't. Whatever's cool. Get about 4 to 5 dislikes on every stream. So some people like to hit that dislike. What I would say is do what your heart tells you to do. If you want to see us, you want to see this channel specifically grow and do well, and you don't want to spend money to do it, just hitting that like and subscribing and voting and commenting, all those things go a long way. Share the video with your mother, your brother, your cousin, your auntie, your sister, your uncle. They all want to watch United Spurs of America. Jazz Fusion says Eagle 1-0. What Eagle are we talking about here? Yep, 9/11, never forget, that is today. Definitely never forget. Just got old. Man, I feel that. Stream is cool. Thank you. Appreciate the compliment. Big up Gary O'Neill's in the house. Zapur says, we saw that Johnson played on the left for Wales against Korea, so I have no idea where to put him, but all I know is Son is starting as central forward. That's all I know, too. I mean, the guy scored a freaking hat-trick in that position. Why would you change anything on that regard? But I don't know if Brennan Johnson comes in and immediately is the option. Maybe he has to take that from one of the guys. Maybe he has to take it from Solomon. Maybe he has to take it from Kulusevski. That's kind of the question I want to know from y'all anyway in the chat. So let me know. Perhaps Rich is blocked mentally, says Chris. Maybe he should seek therapy. Being Saudi come January. Oh, Perišić? Who you talking about? In a pinch, yes, Johnson can. I do not like inverted wingers, but this kid is like Sonny, 2-footed. Okay. All right. I like it. He's a body we'll see in regards to Perišić. Chris Peters says Hill was great for La Liga, but it is different from the Premier League. Absolutely. Absolutely. Jay, Kulu has been poor. Not long before Ainge drops him, I believe. All he can do is cut in on the left. If a team does their homework, they force him on the outside right, and he cannot do anything. This has been the main critique of Kulusevski thus far for a lot of Tottenham Hotspur fans since we've been seeing him. Now, I do know that he wins the ball and dangerous, or wins the ball back for us defensively, but like as a winger, I want him to make an impact offensively. And when you're not doing that, clearly something's going wrong there, my friend. Let's see here. Gary O'Neill. Sorry about that, buddy. Johnson on the right wing or up front. I don't want to see him on the left wing. We have that position covered. Who's our left wing? We got it covered? You're saying Solomon is it. Solomon is the one. That's what we're saying? Gary O'Neill? I just want to know. Hill can be a huge threat. And the Prem says, Jay, it remains to be seen. I ain't seen it yet. Hill is a great ground passer, but don't think he can cross like Perišić. I mean, look, at the left wing, if that's where Brian Hill's playing, we do work the ball in the opponent's half quite a lot, and maybe you do need a little wirely, little squirrely man cutting in between because we've also asked, whenever we're doing a lot of those passing, we're not seeing a lot of movement and creativity necessarily, unless it's James Maddison or Sonny versus Burnley. But I don't know. I just don't know if Hill's got it. He has pace. Yes, he does. He has some pace. EA Sports didn't give him too much pace. Y'all see that? Y'all see what EA Sports said about Brian Hill? They said his pace is a 75. They said, yeah, they say Johnson's a 89. They're saying, wow, like these are some of these EA ratings. I don't know if y'all seen these. I don't know if y'all care, but they have scouts all over the world that talk about and go into these ratings. Y'all see some of this? Look at how they did my man Basuma. Fucking robbery. Look how they did my man Basuma. Eric Dyer is a 77. Are you kidding me? Overrated much? Excuse me? Like, Hugo Lloris is an 83? What are we doing here? Richarlison's an 80. They're saying Richarlison is faster than Brian Hill. Look, right above my head, right there. Richarlison's pace, 77. All right, now look at Brian Hill's. Well, that made it worse. You couldn't see that. 75. They said Brian Hill got that 75 pace. They said Richarlison is faster than Brian Hill, y'all. Either they're disrespecting Brian Hill or they know something that we don't know. Also, look at Alejo Veliz with the 75. Holy shit. How did he get 75 and Papa Matasar got 72? This is insane, y'all. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I'm not saying Judge Hill based on what EA Sports says. Vicario's at 82. That's actually pretty decent. That's actually somewhat decent. Brennan Johnson was better last year, I guess, than this year. I don't know. Interesting to see, indeed. So I don't think that they rate Brian Hill too highly over there. But again, that's just EA Sports. Cal says, I want Hill to come good badly personally, but we don't even know if Ainge would want to keep him. Past Instagram posts and stories would suggest a bit of homesickness. Absolutely would suggest that. Not judging Hill in a Conte system, I'll wait, says C. Sherman. And that may be the smart, rational thing to do. Yeah, because all I've seen... Well, didn't he play a little bit for Nuno or nah? We didn't see him, huh? Hill has great pace and hair. He needs to bulk up. I don't know. Hill has serious skill, Chris, but lightweight in an Ainge system, that won't matter so much. Interesting. Maybe not. Conte thought Basuma was booty cheeks. Conte thought a lot of things, y'all. I think Hill and Solomon are extremely similar, actually. I mean, Solomon, at least a little bit that I've seen, he doesn't get pushed over too easy. Hill, it just seems like you touch that man and he will fall over. But I mean, same thing about Richarlison too. There's the link for the coffee company if you want to go subscribe. Kate, big up Kate, says big up lovely Jacob. Big up Kate. Hope you and Jim are doing well. Happy Monday and good evening. It is late for y'all. Hope y'all are getting some good rest. Yeah, this is a good point, Jay. Maybe he just needs to play in this attacking system. Maybe I should hold my reservations until I've seen him in an Ainge Postecoglou system, not an Antonio Conte system. That could very well be the difference for him. You very well could be spot on there. Ben says Hill has so much quality, he just needs to show it. There you go. Yeah, that's a good way to say it too. Jacob, I know it's early in the season, but thoughts on Spurs mentality so far and for the season. Spurs mentality so far has been resilient. We went a goal down to Burnley and we worked our way back into it. So I would say that our mentality has been very strong. Obviously, when you look at the likes of Papa Matasar scoring versus Manchester United, it was just a moment of this is not too big for him. So in that regards, what I would say is I think our mentality has absolutely stepped it up a notch. Absolutely 1,000% has stepped it up a notch in our mentality, so to speak. Zapur, you're talking to Zapur there. My bad. I'll let y'all have your conversation. Balpender, maybe Ivan can help Solomon. Maybe he can teach him a thing or two. I think Ivan sticking around, there's a lot of good things to attribute to him staying, as opposed to us just getting rid of him. I'm not saying extend him. He's very expensive, but again, this is a lemon that is a very expensive lemon. So I want all the juice I can get out of it while we got it. That's just my opinion. Hotspur Hippie, only Perišić can get away with punching a player in the face. See, that's what I'm saying, that veteran savvy, my guy. When you got that veteran savvy, can't nobody say nothing to you, man. You punch a little kid in the face, they ain't say shit to him. They reviewed it and they said, no, it's all good. That's that veteran savvy right there. Paul, that's that veteran savvy. Paul, let me know if you do want to join, bro. You're always welcome to join. You know that. Jaco, the only thing Perišić is good for is crosses, and under Ainge, we don't need him. Says Jaco. So there we go. A little bit. I like this. We're diverse in the chat. Everyone's pretty diverse in the chat right now. And I like that. I like the diversity. I like to see that. 67 votes. About half of y'all still saying hopes that he stays and is a veteran leader. 9% says Perišić can go. He doesn't add much. So there you go. Paul doesn't respond to comments. I'm talking about Hotspur Hippie here real quick. He doesn't respond to comments. I send him videos of cute kangaroos and he doesn't respond to that. But he just texted me and said he'll come on and save my ass. So this will be fun, no doubt. He doesn't respond to videos you send. He doesn't respond to comments you leave behind, but he's responding live on air with us right now. What's up, Paul?
Dude, I only saw the kangaroo thing this morning, so you know, I'm not I'm not like one of you young kids just looking at your phone. Oh, someone, I want to feel wanted.
You know, I was thinking about you whenever I was shamelessly, you know how I tell you how like I go through Twitter and I'll star stuff that I want to talk about on the show.
Yeah.
And I was thinking of you when I was doing this. Like, what would Paul think if we look at our players' ratings on FIFA right now? But so I just want you to know you were in my mind. You're definitely running through my mind.
Well, according to that, Eric Dyer and Udogie are just as good as each other, aren't they?
Yeah, Udogie's a 77 and Eric Dyer's a 77. That's what I thought was crazy was they're saying Richarlison is faster than Brian Hill. Do you think that that is true? That's my big conspiracy right now. And Basuma's a 79. That's pretty atrocious.
I can't remember. I've seen so little of Hill, so I can't remember. You know, I can't.
He's quick and he's nimble. He's kind of shifty. He's like Solomon, but like I think he's not as fast as Spence because I remember they did do a race to see who's the fastest sprinter. Big up, Big Steve. What's he said? We're not talking about Kane.
For like because I don't play FIFA or FC or whatever it's called now.
Yeah, it's now FIFA or EA Sports FC.
So it's out of 100. So like above 90 are like the top notch players. Is that how it works? Or do players not get that high?
So most of these players have been locked in for a few years, and then they just either upgrade them or downgrade them based on how they were doing. So like them putting Basuma at a 79, while it is a crime, and I am offended personally, you could say last year.
Okay.
How good was he? I mean, last year he was a 79, I believe, also. So they kind of kept him the same as in last season's game. He was a 79. So this coming up game, the new game, he's going to be a 79. So they're saying he didn't improve or get worse. He was just there, basically, is what they're saying for me. So like that, I can understand. Richarlison went up, or I think Richarlison stayed at an 80 actually, but his pace is they're saying he's faster than Lo Celso, he's faster than Kulusevski, they're saying he's faster than James Maddison. Højbjerg's an 84 and Basuma's a 79 and one can't even see the pitch. So it's I wouldn't say interesting, but maybe a little, you know, if you like to read into things. Alejo Veliz, so a lot of people are saying, look, he's rated a 75, and he ain't even got, what has he done? They gave him a gold card, so he's gold, which is like a rare, means like he's supposed to be talented, right? But he's at a 75, so everyone's saying, oh, the Argentinian FIFA scouts know something that we don't. I don't know. Maybe that's just more conspiracy talk.
Have they stopped Dange looking like Rush Limbaugh yet?
I have not seen images come out yet. But yeah, I'm getting a little tired of playing my career mode, looking at Rush Limbaugh, and it says we're here talking about Dange Postecoglou. Come on, man, what's going on there? I will see your comments. So Boxing Kangaroo, I've got this starred. I will start. If you have a question, put it like this with a Q. I'll start and we'll talk about it before we end. And I'll just keep running through the chat here. But Paul, Perišić is the hot topic of the day, right? Oh, not trying to talk about. Oh, where did I go? Oh, I lost my bookmarks page. Right there it goes.
Be careful.
There we go. Well, don't look at that now. Come on, don't look over there. Don't look at that. No, I was talking mostly before you jumped on about Ivan Perišić and the fact that he may go, he may stay in January. We don't know. But where do you see our winger position as a whole? Like, do we have enough depth where it's fine if he goes, it's fine if he stays?
I think if he went, we'd probably need a replacement, wouldn't we? So on the left you've got, well, I want to see Son up the middle now. But I suppose if Richarlison comes back in, then it's Son or Perišić, and then on the other side, Kulu or Solomon, Brian Hill floating around. I like Perišić because I mean last year was an abomination. Everyone was rubbish last year, and this year he's been doing all right, and he's still, like I said in that comment, he still gets regular full matches for Croatia, and Croatia are the 6th best team in the world at the moment. They've got semi-finals and finals all the time, so that's he can't be that bad. I like having that elder statesman kind of figure, even if it's to come on as a super sub just to inject a bit of, maybe level-headedness or, a bit of special sauce when it's needed. He's a cool guy, super dobro.
Well, I don't know what the last part you said there, but he seems like a super cool guy.
Very good.
Oh, very good. What is Dyer's pace? Let me see. I don't remember. How fast is it? 51. 51. So is he the slowest? Højbjerg coming in at a 55. Yeah, I think that may be the slowest on the team. Sar got a 67 speed. Skip is 64. So yeah, he does come in at the slowest pace at 51. So maybe that's why Ainge benched him. He said, "Look at that EA FIFA rating. He's too slow for my system. Plus, I look like Rush Limbaugh."
How often do they update it? Is it once a year or is it?
No, they have. So this will be the initial, but then they'll update it as they go along, basically, and they'll drop like updates and improvements to make players better. They'll tweak it a little bit, but like this is the initial rating squad. They do it like 4 times throughout the season.
Right.
Yeah. And that's one of the million reasons why FIFA ended partnerships with EA Sports. What was? Wait. Big up, Jacob. Hope you're well. Isn't EA Sports a gaming company? What do they rate these guys using an Xbox? I'm a PlayStation guy myself, but EA is a sports gaming company. They do all the sports except for basketball. Wait, they do have a basketball game. It's just ass. No one plays it. Can Hill play a similar role as to what Bernardo Silva does in the Pep system?
No,
I don't know. I don't want to say no, but I haven't seen it. I haven't seen him do that role at any moment in his career. But I mean, when you look at what does Bernardo Silva do well? Link up plays, smart, high IQ, can ground pass well. I don't know if I use all those to describe Brian Hill personally, but I don't know.
Just trying to think of the first version of FIFA I played, and it was on a Sega Mega Drive. I think it was in 1991, FIFA 91.
Weren't they just World Cup games back then? They were just like only thing you could pick is national teams at that time.
Me and my we had a few mates, and we just sort of sit around, have a few musical cigarettes, and just play FIFA tournaments all night. It was beautiful.
That sounds fun.
Although it wasn't quite as cutting edge because you switch it on and it used to go. It's in a game.
Now it's a little bit more crisper than that. Honestly, I'm hoping to bring some more FIFA content rolling through because honestly, if Ainge Postecoglou's face is in it, it's going to be a hard time putting the sticks down. So maybe that, I don't know. It'll be fun to see. Big up Todd Spurs in the house. Big up Jacob in chat. Hill get rid of, always injured, ain't seen enough to miss anything. Little harsh, maybe. Where you sit with Brian Hill?
Like I said, I haven't seen him. The bits I've seen of him, I thought he was all right. I don't really buy it. A lot of people were criticising him for his size, and I don't think that's a factor really. You can work around those things. There's been plenty of flimsy footballers that have been brilliant. But I don't know. I don't know if he's bad or good at the moment. I'd say.
No. Yeah, it's kind of just like the sample size has been small, but what I've seen from the sample size has not been really great. Some players to give you a sample size and you're like, wow, I really like that. I would like to purchase more because the sample was good. But sometimes, here in America, they have Sam's Club and Costco. You walking through the aisles and there's a lady and they're like, I just made little hot dog wieners. You want one? And you're like, ooh, let me eat one. And they're like, this is where you can get them, aisle 7.
Yeah, it's like that. Go to a department store and you run the gauntlet through the cosmetics as they're...
Get over here. You want to see what your profile of scent is? God, I hated that. Howie says, question, Jacob, give us North American newcomers offside rule for dummies, please. Don't be further than their last defender. That's the easiest way. Stay in front of their last defender. And you'll always be onside. Ainge, or is it Ainge? It's Ainge.
You're from Texas, so it's Ainge.
Yeah, exactly. How you want me to say it? You want me to say...
Please, sir. Please, sir. Can I have it? Please, Ange.
Please, Ange. Please,
Can I have
Papa
some more?
Ange. Come on now. On the left, damn straight, Jay. Damn straight indeed. In Australia, we address him as Don Ange. Don Ange. Is that true?
If he says so. I live in a bubble away from the outside world, so it might be true.
I like that. Could be true. Could be maybe not true. I don't know. But you're out there in the bubble, so I get that. Perišić getting paid $175K a week. Get rid of him, says J. Co.
Came on a free though, so you know.
Yeah, not too bad. He's too high on bad old weed to respond. Perišić? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Neil, are you okay? Nell? I think that may be a troll. Looking at these ratings, we'll wait for FIFA next year. This is a joke. Yeah, they're really sleeping on us this year. According to FIFA, Hill is better than Johnson. According to EA Sports, apparently.
I watched Last Word on Spurs' talky thing the other day, and they had the. Did you see it?
No, I did not. But what did they say?
An interesting thing was they had. Is it Matt Bridges or Mark Bridges? He's a journalist from Sky Sports, and he's.
It
also
could be either or, and neither answer would have an effect in anything. But how I feel anyway.
Okay, well, he's also.
I think
a Spurs
it's Michael.
Fan. Okay, Michael, whoever, you know, and he was saying that according to a very good source, but you know what journalists are like, man, that Ange really, really wanted Johnson into the team. So that's a good sign for me. If that's true, which I'm sure it is, because this seems to be the way the transfers went during the summer, is these are guys that Ange really wanted. Is he frozen?
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, I was getting the little Wi-Fi signal there for a second.
Oh, right.
Did the whole little spinny thing. I love my internet. Isn't that great?
Brilliant, isn't it?
They raise the prices on you, and then you get shittier internet. Isn't that fun? Big up Bobby K in the house. What were you saying there, Paul?
What about the Sky Sports journalist? He was saying
Bridge said that Ainge really wanted Brennan Johnson.
He really wanted him. Wanted him. Now, I mean, I don't know if it's true or not because he's a journalist, but that seems to be the way of a lot of the transfers that Ainge really wanted Madison. I think he really wanted Vicario, and he wanted.
But notice
Johnson.
he really wanted Madison. But even with Madison, he was like, "Look, mate, you can either join me or you cannot, but you're not going to see the same spares you used to."
Well, he's not going to bend over the bonnet of a car and drop his trousers, is he? You know, he's just.
I mean, how bad do you want James Madison? You know, how bad do you want James Madison? Is what I would say.
Come on in, sailor.
Alan Bennett, Skip at a 77 is absolutely mental. They're saying Skip. Yeah, big up Bobby K.
Way better than Saar.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. Skip is way better than Saar, is what they're saying, and one starts over the other. It's interesting that. Balpender says EA Sports ratings are from last season. Wait for the update in October. So early on they will update. Hopefully they put some more respect on some of our boys. Is $175,000 a week for a sub too much, Paul? I mean, it's not my money, so like I don't care.
It's not my money, I don't care. But I think if you factor in that we didn't pay for him. You know, that's what happens when you get players on a free. You can pay them more in salary. So, I suppose if Eric Dyer's on 80 grand a week, that's 100. Say call it 100 difference. So over the year, 5 million, 10 million. I mean, it is, yeah, a lot of money, but I think in the scheme of Premier League spending, it's probably not that bad.
Kai
I mean,
Havertz is making over 300,000 a week, and they don't even know what position he plays.
isn't he the? Is he the? Oh no, it's Declan Rice was the 100 grand Hoiberg. Is that what you?
Yeah, that's. I did say that on another channel, so like officially, that's my stance now. I have to accept it because I've said it on this channel, on other channels that I was on yesterday. That yes, and I've said it numerous places that I think whenever people describe Declan Rice and they tell me the things that he does well, like, yeah, what did Declan Rice do well versus United? Well, tell me. And all the things they list sounds like Højbjerg on a good day. He had a lot of passes that were accurate. Great. He had that one goal that took a deflection and went in. I've seen a lot of games where Højbjerg has that, or even screamers from outside the box. But still just sounds like Højbjerg. Every time they describe this man, his impact, what he does well, it just sounds like they're talking about Højbjerg. So either Højbjerg is massively underrated or Rice is massively overrated. I think they played a little bit of an English tax there. But yeah, I do think Declan Rice is $105 million Højbjerg, personally.
Whereas we got players like Udogie, Basuma, Sarr, Maddison that can just teleport through players backwards,
eyes closed, blindfolded, handcuffed, blindfolded. They still do it all. Come on. I was watching a video of the best goal of 2022. Unfortunately, what caught my eyes were Dyer putting his hands behind his back and backpedaling, giving Ronaldo all kinds of space. Well, there you go. If that ain't something we can all just try and burn out of our mind, then that will be.
Well, the squad numbers have to be finalised tomorrow or the day after, whatever. It's Wednesday UK time, so it'd be interesting to see who misses out.
Yeah. Just roll through the chat here. Question: do your content before I go to bed, please. I get dance, monkey, dance.
Let's see.
Should I dance for
I'll sing for super chat.
Yo quiero Taco Bell. Yo quiero Taco Bell. Poor little dog. Man, they fucking treated that thing like a circus rat.
Yeah, you were singing the Hispanic, was it the Hispanic Subway advert? $5, that one.
I don't remember that one, but all I remember as a kid is I always wanted Taco Bell because they had a cute little chihuahua that would say, Yo quiero Taco Bell. I mean, oh shit, yeah, I guess I do. I guess I do. Let's see. Regarding Brian Hill, still delusional and optimistic, says Paul Brown. That's okay. Yeah, again, I want him to prove me wrong personally. Chris Peters says, I think Johnson is a grower, not a shower in football. Interesting. Dad versus the kids on a FIFA stream, says Chris Peters. That'd be great, Bobby K. You should do that. AC says, this season really made me like Perišić. He has great experience and can add something the other wingers don't. Plus, him and Richie complement each other if they come off the bench together. I guess in the sense, AC, of like Perišić would be the one to send a ball in the air, and then Richarlison allegedly is our best header of the ball. Now, I know that is one of Son's weaker suits, so he would prefer the Bundesliga deliveries into the box on the ground, so to speak, rather than through the air. So I guess in that sense you are right, but I just don't know. I just don't. Richie gives me no hope. I don't care if Perišić swings in 15 beautiful crosses. Richarlison maybe gets his head on half that, and then half of that is maybe even on target. So we're talking about 3 out of 15 crosses that Richarlison could do something with. I mean, I don't know. Adam, big up Adam, the swaggiest duo on YouTube. A Goodnight Spliff and Spurs of America can't be a better combo. Big up Adam. Hope you're doing well. Appreciate you being here. Leave You Better pay Sonny close to $300K for the new extension. I did hear a little bit that Sonny's, the rumors, the rumblings, they've begun discussions, informal, preliminary talks with Youngmin's son about extending his contract. What do you think about that, Paul?
Yeah, why not? Why not? How long has he got to go? He's got 2 years, hasn't he, left? Is that right? So, I think
25. Yeah, so this year and another year. Yeah.
I mean, maybe part of that is, now because he's captain and Kane's gone, he's like I suppose the number one guy in the team. In some ways, maybe it's a pay rise they're sorting out for him or something like that.
Maybe.
But he'll be 33 in a couple of years. But he doesn't look like he's. I know people have said he's diminished, but I'm not seeing it. When he's playing.
I've seen the opposite when people say that he's lost a step of pace. I still have videos saved on my phone.
Well, people said he had a bad World Cup, but I remember one game it was an assist, but the run before he got the assist off, it was like the goal he scored against Burnley.
It was to make it out of the group too. And he played it to Hwang Hee-chan, I believe, in the World Cup. Beautiful. Yeah. But no, you don't get credit for that.
No. So, there's no sign of him. I mean, the way he's playing, 33. I don't know. I don't know how long extra you'd give him, but I don't know. But I'm not opposed to it. Why not? He's popular.
Yeah, why not? Let's see. Big up Don Vito says, "What's up? I love watching certain fans of yours backtracking on their opinions on Romero. They said he's a horrible player, but now are denying it."
Well, he's done no fouls this year. None. Zero fouls, man.
0 cards, 0 fouls.
From Mr. Reckless that goes to ground too quick and can't be a defender. Zero fouls. What
can I say? What can I even say?
What can Cootie say? There he is.
What can I even say?
That is such a shit-eating grin.
This is one of my favorite photos. I use it as a response to a lot of things, text messages, WhatsApp messages. This is my favorite, one of my favorite photos of Kuti. Another favorite photo is this one. But they say Sonny doesn't want to be here. Did you see the news? Apparently Christian Romero would have left if Antonio Conte stayed.
Yeah. How about that?
Look.
So I suppose that, if I draw a bit of a longer bow on that, so Romero's default position was, I'm going to leave Spurs. And so it was Ange that got him to stay. I mean, if we'd have got Graham Potter or some other Muppet in, would he have chosen to stay? I'm not sure. So it's the Ange effect again. And I'm just wondering, I'm wondering, seeing that I heard what you said about Richarlison earlier, and I agree with you. And I'm just wondering, given he's an emotional guy, and I don't like seeing him like that as well, that he mentioned about the 2-hour bollocking that he got from Conte that time. I'm just wondering if any of that is still spinning around in his head, which ain't helping. I don't know.
Harry Kane left, right? So Richarlison should use that as his chance, his moment.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but I do have this tweet I was sharing real quick. I'll get to that real quick. Says here, Romero actively looking to leave if Conte stayed, probably puts the final nail in the coffin when it comes to appointing managers with huge personalities. Mourinho and Conte were both good managers, but brutal, sometimes toxic, and with modern football just seems completely the wrong way to go. Now, this part, I do want to stop for a second because, honestly, this reminds me of when people said Son couldn't be captain because he didn't have X, Y, and Z, didn't show them X, Y, and Z. I think it's the old school mentality. There's like this old school, like, you have to be hard, you have to, grind it out, I got to be rough on you in order for you to grow kind of mentality. And that's worked in the past, but I think in today's generation, it's not so much that. You need a little bit less of that and a little bit more of what Ainge does, which is hard love, but a soft touch.
I think I don't know. I've heard, you hear players saying, "Oh, you can't treat modern players that way anymore." But the best managers have always had the knack. Even the hard bastards, they've been there for a player when they've needed assistance or help. So You know, the best managers, they keep players down when they're getting a bit full of themselves, and they build them up when they need building up. So there's a line in the middle. And overall, you know, it has the appearance of being stern, like a Bill Nicholson or a Alex Ferguson or a Brian Clough, any of these players. But players love playing for them because the other thing is they knew where they stand. You know, when you look at Conte or Mourinho's press conferences, and they're talking in stuff that it could be interpreted in 50 different ways. Whereas Ange is very straightforward, and that's another thing that older players will say is that the best managers are just very, very clear on what they want a player to do, even if it's just when you get the ball, kick it to this player. So just really simple. So, you know, I think Ange is probably talking to them in that way, keeping it really, really simple. There's a coach he hired at Celtic, Harry Kewell, who was an ex-Australian player, who's still at Celtic. And he said it took him just 2 weeks to understand what Ange wanted from start to finish. 2 weeks. So it's simple. Instead of, you know, like I saw, you know, Jose saying, "Oh, you've got to be, you know, C-bombs. Don't want to get you demonetized there." You know, what other meat was there on the bone? You know, they seem to go from riddles to
team of nice
squiggles.
guys. Yeah.
Whereas Ange this is the way you do it. So I think it can be tough on players still. Some of them need it.
I agree. There's definitely a line, though. There's a line of how much is too much, how much is too little. And I think we're even seeing that play out, just to bring another club through here, with Manchester United and Jadon Sancho. Jadon Sancho and Ten Hag, they had a falling out publicly. Anyone who doesn't know. This is before the whole Anthony thing. So now that Anthony's not even in the team, it's more likely that they're going to need Jadon Sancho to start on their right wing. So they had the falling out. Anthony's now not in the team. So then they had a crisis meeting to try and like repair the things between Ten Hag and Sancho. And I've heard some United fans equate it as, well, Ten Hag did do the like friendly, put his arm around him thing. He had some shit with his grandma that came up, and like that was really tough on him, that he helped him through, apparently. And that didn't really get a tune out of Jadon Sancho. So now that he's trying the other approach, which is he doesn't train well, so that's why he's not getting picked on the team. A little bit of the rough love, so to speak, to see if he can get a tune out. Now, that's just a theory. Whether that's what Ten Hag's doing or not, I'm not going to speculate on the two. But I think it just plays into the way you're saying there, Paul. Like, this day and age, it's a little hard to navigate these waters. Like, how much do you push until you push them over the edge, but you want to push them right to their limit to where they're going to give you the most? It's a tricky gray area, so to speak.
I think when you're talking about that line there, it used to be quite rare for good managers, you know, for the top managers to dig a player out in public, single them out. So I think Ten Hag made a mistake there in that, you know, is that really going to fix what you want? Is you want the situation to be fixed, don't you? You ideally want Sancho to play better. So is digging him out in public going to make that any better? Probably not. And Sancho goes on social media and he does completely the wrong thing by undermining his manager. I heard people say that, oh, well, what else was Ten Hag supposed to say? Was he supposed to lie? And there's so many ways you can answer that question without saying, oh, he hasn't been training very well. You say, oh, well, you know, picking the team with the best chance of winning and just move on or something like that. You don't have to specifically go in. But it might already be at the stage. It might have been near the stage where he's lost interest in Sancho. But again, you can do all that in-house. You know, these hard managers, they give you a bollock and will throw a boot at your head. But in public, they stick up for it. Even if your player's done a Perišić and punched someone in the face, the manager would instantly say, well, I didn't see it. I haven't seen the replay yet. You know, that kind of thing.
Yeah. No, that's a good point. Balpinder here says, Sonny doesn't have that long pace anymore, but he's still got that short burst. I disagree. I have a video I would love to show.
No, he's still got it, man.
He's still got it. He's absolutely still got it. I have a video before the hat trick, in the matches before. I have a couple videos in which he starts off in I think about the halfway touch line, and he doesn't pick up the ball until right before the box. So that burst of pace, like that's still a pretty significant amount of distance. I would argue that I don't think he has lost his long pace, but he does still have the short burst, 100%.
He's looked after himself, hasn't he?
Ben, a few people did say
wild
Romero was horrible for what it's worth. A few people did say that, Ben. Immaculate vibes only for sure. Paul from Melbourne, Australia. Great show. Trust in Ainge. If Dyer gets to stay after the meeting he had, in my opinion, Ainge will fail. Get all the deadwood out. Maybe this was a meeting of like, hey, who knows what happened in the meeting? Now we can speculate. So, Paul, I'm going to ask you. Give me your first speculatory. What happened in the Eric Dyer, Daniel Levy meeting?
Well, it seems that a lot of the reports have backtracked a bit, because at first it was presented as Eric Dyer, knocked on Daniel Levy's door to have a chat, and it sounds more like now it was the other way around. So if it was the other way around, that leads me more to think, well, Eric, your time's up at the club. What are we going to do about it? More that angle than, please let me stay. I mean, he probably would have said that in the meeting anyway, but I don't read too much into it. It doesn't sound like it was a case of Eric going above Ange's head. But Ange won't fail no matter what. I mean, look, even if he gives Dyer a squad number because, I don't know, we haven't got enough centre-backs, or I don't know the reason. Whatever Ange does, I'm fine, but I've got a feeling.
Fingers crossed, man. Fingers fucking crossed.
I'm hoping. I'm gonna look at that bloody website where they do the squad update and just hope. I would love it.
So something I did want to mention to you, you know how badly I want I want Mickey Van de Veen to switch to number 6, and I want Ugodi to switch to number 3 or 2, because Destiny 2 Goaty would be nice as well. So I want them to switch numbers, because Reguilon's not here. We don't have anyone occupying number 3. Davinson Sanchez is sold, so no one's coming back to take number 6. So those are 2 great numbers I would love to see on our starting players, and bring some glory back to these numbers. Personally, so I know I'm a little lame like that, but
no, I'm with you, man, because I like, I grew up with numbers 1 to 11, so the more I can get 1 to 11 on the pitch, the more at ease I am with the world.
Jay says, I don't know how anyone could question the class of Romero even last season. He played next to Dyer last season. Enough said. Good point. Iron sharpens iron, and poo-poo makes poo-poo smell worse. So either way you cut it, no one had a good season if your name wasn't Harry Kane on Tottenham Hotspur last season. So his criticism is fair. The criticism of him, I want to take this fucking hat off. The criticisms of him are fair.
Oh, we need to keep up the hat quota. Hang on, there we go.
There you go. One hat off, one hat in. I took a shower, so I don't like my hair to be too frizzy, and so I put a ball cap on to help. Paul, you don't care.
Mine's popped up a bit. I'll put some conditioner in it. My camera's not quite good enough. I'm thinning a bit there.
Bergvine was saying that Kane was a selfish player. I know Kane's best friends on the squad were Eric Dyer, Matt Doherty. So if that don't tell you enough, I don't know what will. Free speech here, or will I get blocked for challenging people's opinions and get abused? I can only speak about for what I will do. I will not ban you for telling me how you feel. A lot of people disagree with me about Harry Kane, about Heung-min Son, etc., etc. So, steady as shark. I think that Richie is looking at the opportunity wrong instead of seeing it as his chance to thrive. He's stressing over the need to fill the big empty boots that Harry Kane left behind. If he's doing that, he's a loser.
When I see a comment like that from Don Vito, I just think instant troll. What's he going to come up with?
He might be. I don't know who Don Vito is.
It's not free speech, man. It's Jacob's channel. So, mind your P's and Q's. Read the room.
Phil P's and Q's. Woo.
Your Phil P's and Q's. Woo.
Yeah, woo. Big up Phil P. Who wins the straightener, or Charleston or Antonio? I think there might be a red card if Richie plays that game after the online Mickey taking. Antonio. If they're fighting, I think Antonio would kick his ass.
Oh, God. Yeah.
And so far, Antonio has more Premier League goals than Richarlison. So there's that. 80, almost 90 of y'all in the house. Please do hit that like on the video. Help me get this video to 100 likes ASAP. Let me see how many votes we have. 89 votes in the poll. We're like 30 votes. We're 30 likes short of how many votes we got. How many of y'all don't want to hit that like? Come on. Absolutely free. Hit that. Paul, also can't believe after 4 games people are still talking about Kane. Kane this, Kane that. Don't give him any more airtime. Move on.
I think it's because we've just been sitting staring at the walls from the international break. If we had a match this weekend, I think it would have blown over. But, you know, I've moved on. It was very cathartic coming on yesterday. I think I've got it all out of my system now, so that's good.
I had a good vent yesterday.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't want to rehash them feelings again because I said how I felt. I went on a show after I did the show yesterday, and I said there how I felt about Harry Kane. And I feel like now I can move on. If he says something else, then I can worry about that.
That was a cool show. I've not seen Sarcasm City before. I enjoyed the vibe of that. They're a cool bunch of guys.
Yeah, that was a good time. I am running short on time. My wife is texting me. The boy's waking up, so I'm going to run through the starred questions that I have. Hello, Spurs related. Big up. How you doing? Jim's in the house. Hi, Jacob and Paul. Can't sleep, so chilling with you all. Come on, you Spurs. Of course. Big up, Jim. Hope you're doing all right there, my friend. Let's see here. Chris Peters. Let's see. Birds of a feather flock together. I just want to make sure I say hi to everyone. Big up Gina Kim. Big up Gina Kim. Big up Liverpool 12th man as well. Big up United Spurs of America. I'm out here taking flag for giving props to Sonny and respecting your good start. Definitely have to do a preview show with my Reds when my Reds go to Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Yeah, would love to have you on, man. That'd be good. We all love Paul here. Since we are on ratings, you automatically get minus 10 points if you're forced to play next to Dyer. It's a very good point there. So let's run through these comments or these questions quickly before I end off the show. And please do hit a like. Help the channel grow in that way. It's absolutely free. Boxing Kangaroo. In all seriousness, could Richie play in another position under Ainge, or is he well and truly shot as a Spurs player? I'll answer this and say we saw him on the left in an Antonio Conte system. Not good. We saw him down the middle in Antonio Conte's system. We said this is supposed to be what he does, right? He's got the brace versus Marseille. Now he's playing in an attacking system, playing through the middle, and hasn't done well. So why not give him a chance maybe at the left wing? Let's see, but I don't know if he gets a start. I don't know if he starts in another position, but maybe he gets a chance at it. Paul, do you have anything?
Yeah, no, I just agree with that. You know, he's supposed to be a number 9. If he can't do it at number 9, you know, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it remains almost... Yeah, Richarlison's that's a tough one, honestly. Alan Bennett, I started. I'll do it for you. In this club, these players, they don't want to play under the pressure. There you go.
It's unacceptable.
It's unacceptable. These players, this club. You never change. You change the manager, but you don't change the problem. Chris Peters' question, is Rice a Spurs supporter? I saw not too long ago photos of signed shirts from Kane and Son in his house. I did see that as well. It might just be game respecting game. I don't know. What do you think, Paul? Is he a secret closeted Spurs supporter?
Could be just a shirt swap, like Richarlison. But I don't know. He's not very popular in Ireland. I know that. Got that, and I'm not. I won't be unhappy if he fails.
Alan Bennett question, what do you think of the Gaza clip that I sent you on Twitter? I liked it. Everything Gaza, he was absolutely phenomenal to watch. So thank you for tagging me in that, tweeting that out to me. Big up Alan Bennett. Boxing Kangaroo comes in, says, question, do EPL teams employ sports psychologists? I just feel that someone needs to take Richie aside, even if it's Ainge, and just come out and say, what the fuck is going on inside your head, mate? Paul, I'll let you have this one first. I
have no idea, but I wouldn't be surprised if they do, because you know there's a lot of money in sport, and there's a few people earning their coin out of it. I suppose some of them do a good job, and some of them are a bit snake oil salesmen. But I don't know.
Yeah, to me, maybe you could do. I mean, Ted Lasso, they did it, and it seemed to work on the television show.
Have you seen Mike Bassett, England manager?
No, I have not.
Okay, it's a pretty funny film. I think you can get it on YouTube, actually. It's like a comedy documentary about Mike Bassett becomes England manager. But there's this bit where they go to this sports science institute, and the striker like Richarlison can't get a goal for toffee. So this sports psychologist says we have to stop his fear of the football. So they put him in this big ass inflatable football and just roll him around the place. He's just It's a funny sequence.
Oh, that's funny. That sounds cool. I'll have to check that out. I have not seen it, but I'm all for, I tell people often seek therapy, and not just because I'm trolling them, but like it's good for you. It's good for you to get it out. Maybe he does need that. Maybe, but it can't be from Ainge. I think Ainge has to be the guy to set the standard for the whole club. He can't sit there and baby one player more than he gives love to everybody else. That's just my opinion, though. So that's gonna do it. Let me, Paul, while you answer this question, hopefully you don't just really quickly answer it. I'm gonna be pulling up your channel link and telling people where they can find you. Do you have anything coming up specifically that you wanted to mention, or I know I ask you this and you're always like, I don't know, I'll figure it out. We'll see.
Well, yeah, I just kind of do stuff when I feel like it. I mean, look at me. I don't even look. There's no watch on these wrists. I try and put up a video most days if something pops into my head, and I stream now and then, which is nice. But it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. But I don't respond to comments, so there's no point in commenting. Well, no, there is a point in commenting in my videos because you can discuss things with yourselves. I read the comments and it gives me things to think about.
But he will not reply.
I'm not going to reply, no.
That's hilarious. Love you, Paul. Love anytime you can join on the channel. I think there's going to be some stuff to talk about tomorrow, Paul. Ainge Postecoglou is going to be on Sport Talk about 3 a.m. my time. So I think
is that right?
10 a.m. UK. So he's going to be on there. There's going to be I'm sure, some memorable quotes.
I'll just, there's going to be the like a fans forum with Daniel Levy and Ange and Son.
Yeah, that's like in 9 days, right?
I am. A lot of people aren't looking forward to that, but I'm really looking forward to it because I'm not for Daniel Levy because you're not going to get nothing out of him. But Ange did quite a few of these when he was at Celtic with the Celtic fans, and they were really good. Their questions were really good, and he gave really thoughtful, respectful answers. And I think it's a way to build more of a relationship with the coach because he's our man on the inside. He's one of us. Levy's one of them. He's one of those billionaires.
So that's my thought though. Like when they do this sit down conversation, are they actually gonna like ask these hard hitting questions? Or are they gonna try and keep it respectful? Because of how many fans are being represented here? Are we representing the entire fan base, or is there like a committee that has been? Those are my questions because naturally I feel like it's all good and well to do this, but if it's like jury selection, right? The lawyer's going to pick which juror he thinks is most likely he could sway, right? Yeah. So when you picking this from a company standpoint, I say, okay, well, let me get a bunch of people who are going to be just fucking happy that we invited them, rather than that, oi, what are you doing? Kind of thing. So
yeah, no, I think you're right. That's why I'm not interested in the Daniel Levy bit of it because he's just going to get softball questions.
So Daniel, what's it like when you're there eating cheese in the refrigerated room and the wine and the cheese is pairing it? So good. I love
what you've done with the club, Daniel. But Ange will get at least some interesting questions. Again, no one's going to say, why are you such a big fuckwit, Ange? But there'll be football questions, and I'm interested to hear those and what Ange has to say.
I'm interested to see if any fans are going to be like ballsy enough to ask legit questions, or if they're just going to do the whole like PR fluff piece. That's what I'm afraid of personally, because a lot of times those things are all just to get people to like chill out on you. And I think Levy could be, obviously we haven't done this since we had Pochettino. I think he did Pochettino, Levy, and Hugo Lloris. So it'll be interesting to say the least. So we'll have some stuff for sure to talk about in that regard, at least from Ainge Postecoglou being on Talk Sport. I just checked the video. 3 people have disliked the video. So there you are. There you are indeed. Big up.
Every video, man. Every video. Like, I've got my like ratio, not that I care about it, is pretty high. But every video, everything I do, there's one bugger that comes in. Yeah. Thumbs down. It's like,
thumbs down, man. Thumbs down, bro.
I just
all
don't
good.
understand it. What a waste of time, man.
It's all good, man. People live their lives differently. I choose to live mine. Too blessed to be stressed, you know. Can't say the same for everybody. But big up everybody who has tapped in tonight or on demand. We didn't hit our goal live on air of 100 likes, but hopefully those of you tuning in on playback will hit that like, and we'll hit that 100.
Off, Jacob. That's how you do it. Tell them all off. So.
Oh, go fuck yourself, everybody. If you didn't like the video, get fucked. You're an idiot. You're all idiots. This guy's an idiot. This guy's an idiot. That person's for sure an idiot. You're all dumb. Did I get any likes?
Did you get your 100?
No. Wait, let me refresh. Let me see. No, we got another dislike. We have 4 dislikes now.
Oh, well.
So there we go. Working like a charm.
Sorry, man. I thought that's how the kids do it these days.
See, this is the last time I hire you as a consultant, Paul.
When you get an old fart on the internet, well, I have no idea how it works.
Well, we got 1 more like and 1 more dislike. So at least 2 people got off the fence and decided that they liked it or they did not. So
yeah, I give it a triple go. What I do is I go dislike, then I uncheck the dislike, and then I click like. Then you get 3 engagements.
Wow. And just end it off with a dislike. There you go.
No, yeah, no, you go dislike, dislike, like.
Dislike, like, and then share.
Well, I'm not...
But see, I just send it to myself because that still counts as a share.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's
so
true.
There you go. Hey Daniel, how'd you get your head so shiny? That'd be cool. That'd be a good question for someone to ask. Yeah. Big up Mako80. Great show, lads. Love from Ireland. Big up. Hey. First time chatting in here as we're ending off, just showing some love. Big up. Hope you're keeping well. Everybody, do me a favor. Go on over to the Hotspur Hippie. Like and subscribe over there. Let's keep his channel growing. Let's keep this channel growing. See, there you go.
Idiots, come over to my channel and hit subscribe.
Yeah, go on over there. Subscribe and he'll show you a bunch of love and he'll respond to all your comments below. But Paul won't. He will not respond to comments. That's false advertisement. I will though. So if you are watching back on playback, hit me in the comments. Let me know where you're tapping in from and what your thoughts are. And I will respond because guess what? I provide some customer service. I provide interaction.
It's a beta move.
That's all I got to say to that. But big up, Paul. Thank you so much for joining me on the impromptu part. Appreciate everyone who did tap in live. Hit that like. There was 78 likes, so big up to every single 78 of y'all that hit the like on the video and anyone who likes it in the future. Big up yourself right now. But that's going to do it. So as always, stay blessed, stay fresh, up the lads, and come on, you Spurs. Quiz.
United Spurs of America with your hosts, Michael and Jacob.